What's up, guys? Welcome back to Path of the Network Marketer, Day 12, Episode 12. So now that we've gotten done with the discussion around why I'm just now learning how to use the internet to build my network marketing business, we can get to the nitty gritty, right? Well, hopefully, with that series that we just wrapped yesterday, it'll give you kind of some perspective as to why. I mean, I think those are all valid and good reasons why you should also be looking at online marketing and social media marketing, especially again like with the rapid changes in the profession and in business in general, and then also your ability to be able to help more people, right? Like the more tools that you can give yourself, the more tools that you can learn, the more skill sets that you have, the more you can pass on to your team, and therefore improve your retention rate, improve the success rate in your organization. So that's really why I wanted to share that perspective with you guys. Moving on though, and we're going to talk about social media today. Lots. I mean, it's ever evolving. It's ever evolving. I wanted to talk today about something that's pretty pertinent with what's happening right now in the moment. It's very current, and that is app updates. App freaking updates, guys. And it seems like since the beginning of summer, they're happening even more frequent than they were prior to that, right? I started this journey of learning social media marketing and online marketing around late winter, early spring, and I've really noticed that the app updates have accelerated, and as a result of with each app update, it never fails. There's always an algorithm change. And with each algorithm change, there's always a change in the engagement with my social media post and effort, right? And so it gets to be really frustrating, right? For example, with the latest update that just happened this past week, speaking of Instagram specifically, I had a post that was like 5,000 plus views. The next post after that was over 7,000. And then the next post after that was like 60. The next post after that was like 50 something. So it's stupid. Like it makes no sense, right? And so number one, it can be very frustrating. And number two, it can really get sucked into like trying to figure out why. And then adapting what you're doing to just theoretically you're guessing as to why, because I don't know algorithm. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a coder. I'm not an IT. I'm not I don't know any of that, right? And so for me to try to figure that out would be really just a guessing game. And again, you could easily get swept up in trying to figure out all this stuff and then changing your tactics, that you can get overwhelmed and ultimately with that overwhelm, you start losing your motivation because the engagement and the viewership is so inconsistent. Like the frustration starts to set in, and ultimately what happens is people are inconsistent with their social media efforts. One thing that really has helped me, and I hope it'll help you guys, is just do your best, as fun as it is. And I know like the serotonin, or what is it? Serotonin, the reward centers in your brain. When you see how many likes you get or how many views you get on your post, it activates those things. So I know, like it feels good when you get them, and it doesn't feel good when you don't get them. But as much as possible, try not to pay attention to those things, right? The main thing, and I talked about this in the episode on social media posting strategies, the main thing is just stay consistent, right? Figure out like a consistent schedule for you, whether it's once a day on the platforms, twice a day, 3 times a day, whatever you can manage. As long as you're consistent in the long term, you'll be able to build and expand your audience on these platforms. And that's really the goal, right? Like you gotta expand that audience so that you get the word out to more people. So try not to get discouraged. App updates will always happen. Algorithm changes will always happen. And we'll talk about another strategy outside of this that will really help mitigate this. But for now, do your best to not pay attention to the views and the engagement and the likes, because that doesn't mean anything in the long term, right? Yeah, in the short term, it kind of sucks when those numbers dive, but in the long term, as long as you're consistent, as long as you're posting at least once a day, you'll get to start making headway towards the direction that you want to get to with your social media efforts. All right. So that's it for today. Hopefully that made sense. If you have any experience with social media and you want to share your perspective, please, by all means, share your perspectives. Well, actually, I don't have anywhere you can share that. Follow me on social media. On Instagram, it's Cannibal Ron, CANNIBALRON. On Facebook, it's Ronnie Cruz 11. On TikTok, it is Ronnie's Big Adventure, one word. So follow me on those platforms. And of course, on YouTube, you can follow us. It's Path of the Network Marketer with yours truly, Ronnie Cruz. So that's it for today. We'll catch you tomorrow. Until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.